Hey guys, this is Cliff from Roundtable Studios, and I finally get to show you the behind the scenes of Genji vs. Gray Fox. If you're new to the channel, I produce animation videos, show you the behind the scenes on how I make them, and share some tips that I learned along the way. So if that sounds something that's interesting and that speaks to you, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Now, for anyone who hasn't watched my Power Ranger vs. Voltron behind the scenes, what I do is I go through a step-by-step process from start to finish on how the video is made. Now, to start off right off the bat of the video, after working on Ismahawk, I knew I wanted to step up my quality. The level of quality that I had before was fine, but it just didn't work for me. And after that minute mashup, I knew it was time to upgrade. Now, the problem with stepping up production quality is that it would also take a lot more time. So trying to increase your production quality and without sacrificing time was a little difficult to figure out, but I figured out an interesting way. A friend had always recommended me to try to use Unreal because it was much more user-friendly program, especially for journalists because of the rise of game developers out there. Traditional 3D programs like mine, like the one I was using, will still give you higher production value if done correctly, but you need extensive and detailed knowledge of every aspect of the production process, which would take years of experience or just a very dedicated and large team. There was definitely a learning curve and a lot of difficulties in attempting to adapt what I knew versus what I wanted to do. But Unreal is a game engine, so trying to create what is essentially a short has challenges due to the lack of resources on the subject. So after getting both models from online, I sent over to Devin, the texture artist, who was able to retexture both models in his own style, adding a little bit of grunge and dirt to give it a more grounded feel. Now, the rigging process was by far the most complicated process because Unreal and game engines in general have certain limitations on how licensed rigs to be imported. So there's a lot of trial and error, but eventually I was able to get the two rigs working for the characters. Now, when it came down to the animation, the initial draft I ran it by Danny and Jeremy over at Ismahawk, but the rigs still weren't 100% like I was mentioning before, and in order to perfect them, they actually had to be rebuilt. So I actually had a lot of animation that I had already started, and I had to choose whether to redo the animation or start off with something fresh. I was a couple months into doing the process of the video, so it did kind of hurt me to have to restart the animation. So I kind of just did something fresh and something new. Once the animation I got was done, it was time to import it into Unreal and see what I got. Now, Unreal has a very extensive and very detailed marketplace. It has plenty of assets to play with. The environment that I chose to use for this scene is the sci-fi facility, since it came with a sample map, so I didn't have to do too much editing environmental modeling. Now, once the animation and camera was imported properly, it was time to render it out and edit in After Effects. Now, there was some post-processing done in Unreal, so it did make things a little bit easier, but the main issue I had to deal with was Genji's super. So I knew I had to put Genji's super move into it, so I was able to get a dragon. It's not the same dragon from the game, but I think it's close enough. I actually rendered it in Maya and composited in After Effects instead of trying to put it on Unreal, since it's only a couple seconds long, and I'm still learning the ins and outs of Unreal special effects. Lastly, the talented voice of Dickens from the Dickens Show YouTube channel lent his voice to Genji, where he does actually on his channel the Genji impersonation so well that he trolls gamers online by speaking as him when he plays Overwatch. This was a really fun and challenging video, and even though it took a while to produce the videos, I promise I am working on my knowledge to be able to bring the videos coming a little quicker while increasing the quality. I hope you enjoyed this behind the scenes video, and if somehow you haven't seen it yet, check out the little teaser to the Batmobile street race. Let me know down below what did you think of the behind the scenes, or which Batmobile you think will win, and of course if you enjoyed the main video and liked how I broke it down, make sure to subscribe to see more. This is Cliff from Roundtable Studios, and I'll see you guys in the next one.